Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 128. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
Oh no, I'm stuck in ant hell.
Oh man, what is ant hell? What is ant hell like?
It's like really weirdly ethereal with like orange vibration lines in front of my face.
I see. Also joined by Brad.
I think before we podcast, we have to take the time to remember our fallen podcast enemies.
And then bury them with rocks.
Do we have podcast enemy? I suppose. Hang on. I've just thought of a podcast enemy. Type it. I won't say it out loud.
That was also my guess, given the origin story of this podcast.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about Andro Melos. We will not be burying him. He will be outlasting us. He watches, Andro Melos. We are gonna be talking about this fucking show. There's some really funny, So, okay, first of all, you'll have noticed that when when they went to go rescue Floor, no one had to stay behind on the ship.
Yeah.
True.
It's not actually important. It doesn't actually matter. Do you remember the really good Return of Ultraman episode that was actually about this?
Which one?
Oh, you mean the feminist fish?
Yeah, the episode where the woman on the team was turning into a kaiju at night.
Yeah.
Exacting because she was like at home, no one was manning the station because like they were like, "Yo, Captain, you should stay behind. Someone should stay behind and man the station." And the captain's like, "I don't want to do that." And they all flew out to go fight the kaiju, and no one was willing to actually do the job in the base because it's not manly.
And then when they were like, when she's like, "Oh, can I fight this time?" It's like, haha, no, remember what happened last time?
Lol. Well, Andro Melos. We don't have any production details this time, as far as I know. So really we just have kind of what happens, which is...
Not much.
Not much. Floor gets... Okay, so first of all, Mars and Melos get ambushed by the new fighting Bem from Mold and Gina. And they're having a problem in Ant Hell. The Ant Hell's happening. They're on like a desert planet.
I kept reading this as Ant Hill and then having to correct my eyeballs to be like, no, that says Ant Hell.
Yeah. And they would get dragged under, Mars is getting dragged under the sand and stuff. Eventually, it's a dire situation, and Wolf comes back. He's been healed, and he's made it to this planet, and he saves the day. He saves Melos. They go save Mars. They defeat the fighting Bem.
He's like, I get to do more stuff than Floor, even though I've been unconscious for 15 episodes.
Yeah, and then they head back to the ship to where Floor is. But oh no, she's been kidnapped again.
And like the evil snake whip lady just kind of shows up in the ship.
Just menaced her a bit.
It didn't seem that hard to get in.
No. You'd have thought Floor would have kept an eye on the door. No. So Floor kidnapped again, chained up, and whipped by Snake Lady, and she's like, so Floor is like, oh my god, help, someone help me. And the spaceship that all the Andros are on responds by going to where Floor is, which is planet Guar. and they're gonna go. The ship is taking them there, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, we're gonna go save Floor." They get to planet Gua. None of them stay on the ship. They all go save Floor, which involves. So there's also some kaiju battleships, including King Jogu. King Jog, and a couple of others, Judah isn't dead. Judah's alive and is now gold plated like Frieza. I
think he already had some gold plating on him, but
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I didn't notice. He has new fighting bems, and they're fighting. Mars and Wolf have like a series of fights with fighting bems where they're just being kind of goofy, and it's kind of fun. And then Melos saves Floor. And then once the gang's all back together, the siblings, the evil siblings, the evil guys, they all get in the battleships and they shoot at the gang. And Floor saves them all with a big reflective energy shield. She deploys the bubble shield. She doesn't know where that special power came from. It just came from within. Also we got Mars's special power, his secret weapon. And his secret weapon is just... I don't know, it's just a mild power-up. And then he shoots the bazooka again.
Say the line, Mars.
Say the line, Mars. Then Mars is like very sick after they kind of pseudo defeat the bad guys, and the bad guys run away. They all bury the fighting bems because they're like, we're not evil like the bad guys.
Yeah, and then Gina's like, because I'm a woman, I'm sentimental about this the way that Judah is not.
Which is weird because they have been sentimental about.
I think it feels like Judah from the dead might care less than the actual alive guys.
Oh, he's died. He doesn't really rate death like that.
Yeah. he lost his heart.
Yeah.
Which is it was an evil heart to be sure, but also.
But it was a heart nonetheless.
It's like a heartless versus a nobody,
I know all about these things.
Yeah.
I've never played a Kingdom Hearts in my life. Kingdom's Heart.
Like, now.
My favorite video game series is Kingdom's Heart. And then Mars is like very injured, ill for some reason, no idea. And then they all fly away and land on another planet to heal from their wounds. And they meet a guy called LP or something, who's an alien, and Wolf knows him from a galactic peace conference that they were both at.
I'm always going to galactic peace conferences.
I love to go to a galactic peace conference. Space UN.
Do you think that's what he just says when he wants to go hit the bottle?
I'm going to a galactic peace conference.
I go to a galactic peace conference with the bros.
Yeah. And that's kind of where we leave it. They're with LP. Mars needs healing.
And a new planet. We spent a lot of time on a desert planet, but I guess, and also a different desert planet.
We did.
Yeah.
We did do that. Not as many exciting locales this time.
No, that kind of bummed me out.
I think we do end like going to a new, potentially interesting locale, but that's for next time.
Next time on. Anything to say?
This felt like watching paint dry.
Lol.
I was kind of miserable watching this.
I was like half paying attention, so I barely remember most of the stuff. I thought the kaiju repurposed into battleships is kind of fun.
And
the the scene of them burying the enemies is the funniest thing.
My two major thoughts about this show, about this sequence so far, this batch, is it's really funny that she got kidnapped again, and then no one stayed with the ship. That's thought number one.
Yeah, she got kidnapped twice in a row,
misogyny.
and then
Classic.
Yes. But we swear she can also fight too.
She can also fight too. Can she?
And also the only power she has demonstrated so far is that she can put up shield.
She can deploy shield. She's like
why
invisible.
Why didn't she stop 9/11?
But why didn't she stop 9/11?
Makes you think.
Maybe she was in on it.
Yeah.
The Andros. They're trying to
Floor
sabotage our
shaking hands
galaxy.
with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
We got this.
Andro Wahlberg.
Andro Wahlberg. Oh no!
What would he do if he had the detector armor?
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, I could have stopped the alien goes.
If I was in my suit, I could have stopped it.
The other thought is about this burying thing, where I'm like, they have just kind of suddenly invented the idea that these bad guys don't care about their guys, because they do.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I mean, to be fair, Gina does.
Gina does, but like I feel like the Andros are sat there going like, "Oh, they're so evil. They don't care about their own guys." They're always mourning their guys. They're chill.
See, but I think specifically that was the underling of the that was like the head guy of was it the Magma?
Oh, Magma.
Yeah, but also
Oh.
Judah did mourn, like, Judah and Gina did mourn their monsters being killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
More so Gina, I guess, because Judah died immediately, and came back. Somehow Judah.
Somehow Judah returned. The dead speak. Judah gone Fortnite.
Yeah, that felt like someone at some point was like, we need a trickle of characterization in here at some point, so we'll do it this way.
What do you mean? They're good guys. That's characterization, right?
Yeah, so like literally everything before and after that is fight scene or plot setup that is taken straight from any, like, you know, kid show, like, you know, episodic problem structure. It's very dry.
And then here's the episode where we go inside the wolf's body.
You know, they could fit it in. They could have like a 5-minute like flesh tunnel.
The fight. That's what they call me.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Do you think that Flora can watch Johnny Test without like having a trauma response?
I didn't mention Floor's wings. Yeah, Andro Melos is like, I think maybe Floor's wings are transmitting her fear and cries for help. He's like, her wings are transmitting the fact that she's kidnapped again. That's her special ability. That's her secret special ability, as well as the shield.
Didn't they imply in the first batch that the wings have a secret?
Yes.
Use? Is that it?
The secret use was that it transmitted that she was kidnapped.
Oh, see, I was kind of hoping that maybe at the end of the episode it was gonna be like, oh, it spreads love and like it solves like a big problem or something.
Yeah, it spreads
Butterfly.
a barrier shield.
Yeah.
Should be the Moonlight Butterfly.
What if she's like secretly like an Idion?
I don't think that's going to be true, but you know, we can dream.
She just starts screaming in the last batch.
Do you think that Ultraman has that sauce?
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
I don't think right now, but maybe someday they can really. I think at some point someone is going to attempt like. I think at some point we do have to get like a kind of Shadow the Hedgehog-y Ultraman, even if it's not the main guy, like a rival. And I can see how you go to weird space horror stuff if you want to make a cool, like if you want to make Ultraman but capital T twisted. I could see someone doing that.
It's called Evangelion.
Yeah, kinda, actually. maybe Ava is just the twisted Ultraman, but...
Well, hang on. Heisei Ultraman picks up immediately after Evangelion happens, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I need to rewatch Eva by the time we get to Diga. Because I haven't touched Eva besides the rebuild since high school.
I rewatched it like a few years back, and I had an alright time with it.
It's alright.
It just feels like, now I want it in the context of Ultraman.
You know you know what's funny? Back when I watched Evangelion for the first time years ago, I remember watching the first episode, and when Unit 1 is launching, I'm like, this is very Thunderbirds. Now I know.
Now you know.
Now I know. It's all Thunderbirds. I like Wolf and Mars's big stupid fight with the bad guys, where they're
fight a bunch of goons.
They just fight a bunch of goons. I was like, this is at the very least.
They don't just fight them; they murder them.
Entertaining. They don't just fight. Now that's not true. They get kind of wrecked. It's kind of a back and forth, which is kind of why my interest was briefly piqued. However, that is like the one time where I was not having to fight to pay attention. Because the rest of it.
I have good news for you.
Yes,
we're done with this next week.
We are done with this next week.
I had my fill of the Melos. I did kind of have a thought when I was in the middle of this, where I was like getting kind of mad of like the entire. I do think the entire basis of this show being, what if we made more guys based off of the guy from the manga we made to sell to school children.
Yeah.
That the dude made, like, really cool and have a big cock, and, like, what if we made more guys in that style? And I'm just like, I just hate everything about, like, the creative scene of this, I think, actually.
I mean, I think the worst part of it is, like, it's not even an adaptation of the manga.
No.
They made up a new guy that is just loosely based off of the other guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm
and like, tell me one thing these people believe in. Like, say what you will about the later Ultramen and how they're kind of just generic hero guys. I feel like I have a better grasp on, like, who they are.
Yeah, like
what they want.
Like Gen and Takeshi are like characters, even though Takeshi had like a stumble point in the middle when they had to.
Yeah, but Takeshi's like. They managed to come back to Takeshi's like his kind of thing about like believing in children and wanting to help them and like and kind of having like a better understanding of them, and not being like condescending. And then Gen's going through it.
Yeah. When is he not?
Whereas Melos is like hero guy, Wolf is hero guy but romantic interest, and Mars is hero guy but bumbling. And then Floor is woman. Girl. Floor is woman.
Which, to be honest, applies to many defense team women.
This is true. There have been better women. We've had our Anns. We've had our
like when she shows up in Leo.
When does Anne's actor show up in Leo again?
It was in the Folk Slop.
Oh right.
Which is why it was bad.
Rip.
I miss Yuriko.
Yuriko was cool.
So you'll like it when we name another character Yuriko.
I remember thinking that like Yuriko was like there was a couple of moments where I was like, oh, Yuriko sucks. It was good. She was like, oh yeah, I'm just after my fucking scoop. Fuck the morals. It was good. Yeah, I don't know. I need to look at King Jogue.
Yeah, I think I had to look up the other kaiju, but like one's based on Bemstar and the other's based on Euron.
Yeah.
Well, those are both Bem kaiju. Whoa.
Oh, the Bems.
It's
What's a
the
Bem?
lore. I think we looked this up because we were confused. I think it's Bug-Eyed Monster.
Yeah, I've asked this question many, many times, and I always forget. I immediately
Well,
forget the
it's
answer.
because it's like none of these kaiju are actually bug-eyed.
Yeah.
Man, I love King Joe. King Joe's so cool.
Yeah.
Cool robot. Do we have anything else to say about Andro Melos?
Well,
No.
The answer can be no.
the recording has been going for at least 30 minutes, so that's probably okay.
Oh, wow.
Mine's at 20. Mine's at 29. You started
wait, I
recording earlier than me.
Yeah, I did start. Well, I said 29, but
Okay. Well. Yeah, you know, Andro Melos is not the richest of texts. We're fine.
yeah. I
Everything's
think
fine.
I feel
Everyone knows we're having
vindicated
a break.
in. I'm not gonna do a sorter for this one.
Oh yeah.
I
no
considered
way.
it, but
We are chilling, frankly. So
Yeah.
join us in just a second. We'll be talking about the meat of this podcast, which is anything else. Welcome back. We are here to talk about anything else. Would anyone like to start? Or I guess I could
I
start.
have Oh, go ahead.
I played Echo Knight.
nice.
That game's really, really, really good. Very
Did you
cool.
beat it?
I did.
Yeah, I know it's only like 5 hours or so, right?
Yeah, it's like it's like 6 or something. But it's very quick. I suppose it depends on your. It's like got some very, 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 very light survival horror elements in that occasionally there is a ghost in the room, and you can leave the room and the ghost will not follow you. But like, you know, yeah, or you can turn on a light and the ghost goes away. But like, it's occasionally you're having to do something while there's a ghost near you.
Yeah, I played like an hour or two of this with some buddies a few Halloweens back, and we were like, "Woo, creepy!"
Yeah.
It seemed really neat. I love the look and sound of this game is so good.
Yes, it is. So it is made like using like just that Kingsfield 3 engine or something. And it is a first-person adventure game on the PS1, all in 3D. Like everything is like animated, and so like when you solve something, you get like the item you're doing like moves around and stuff. Like, you know, it's good. You can actually like pull open drawers and stuff. It's a sick video game. You jump into a painting and go to a cruise ship, a private cruise ship that sank in the early 20th century. Like, what if a tiny Titanic happened? And then you meet a bunch of ghosts who are on the ship. Yeah, the tiny Titanic. The tiny... Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Small James Cameron directed that movie.
Yeah. And then you keep meeting up. You solve a bunch of ghosts' problems and like their pasts, and make them realize that they're dead and help them over to the other side. And also, there's an evil force on the ship, and maybe your dad as well somewhere. And there's a big mystery. And
I'm always a big fan of when it's also my dad is the problem.
Your dad is not the problem that you're going looking for, but he does at some point. He it becomes apparent that your dad is also here and is maybe a problem. I don't know.
Eric Andre voice. Your dad's here.
Your dad's here. But yeah, it's mostly just it's really cool. It's like I don't know that it's got like exceptional like adventure game puzzle design or anything, but it is just really fucking cool. I think there's like a little lull in. I think there's a couple of really annoying. There's like one really annoying bit in a movie theater and next to a casino. I think that bit's kind of I'm like ugh. But I think the rest of it is really cool. And it has like a really fun action ending.
Nice.
And it was good.
Good video game. Are you gonna play
game.
The sequel?
Yeah, hell yeah! I saw there's an English translation available on a website.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I don't think it was released in English.
It was not.
So yeah, I'll be playing that at some point.
However, you gonna play the space one?
There's a space one?
Yeah, Echo Knight Beyond. What if Echo Knight but in space and you have to manage oxygen and shit?
That sounds fun.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
It's on the PS2.
Yo, hang on. The game tells a science fiction ghost story set in the not too distant future. Players take on the role of a newlywed off for a honeymoon on the moon. The vessel crashes before reaching its lunar resort destination, however, separating the just married couple and leaving the hero alone at an abandoned research base. This sounds so cool.
The vibes are pretty good because like you have like the little like tech like life monitor thing in like the bottom left corner of your helmet HUD. It's good.
It's entirely believable that someone would be like, yeah, let's go to the honeymoon at the abandoned research base.
On the moon. Now, there's one funny thing about Echo Knight that isn't funny outside of the UK. Which is that the main character is called Richard Osmond. Now, in the UK, there is a guy called Richard Osman, who is really fucking annoying. who writes these like cozy crime books, and also he got started on this quiz show,
cozy
and
crime?
he's this cozy crime. It's a booming industry here. It's awful.
So who's gonna make the first cozy crime indie game?
Oh no. Please no.
Would Echo Knight have been better if it was about finding your lost cat?
No. Well, I feel no, but here's the thing: Echo Knight is to an extent about finding your lost cat. There are just many like little mini. You meet ghosts and you go into their like backstory and you solve a problem.
But can you pet the cat?
I don't think you can pet any cats.
Well, it's not cozy
Echo
enough.
Knight. Oh, it's not cozy enough. You can fix a crow, a mechanical crow, to make it core.
I thought you meant something very different by fixing, and was like, what the fuck?
And so, but yes, the main character being called Richard Osman is cursed because Richard Osmond I can't stand that man. I never want to see him. It's very funny. I naturally, what happens after I play one PS1 game is I go, this is, why don't I just do this all the time? And so I booted up Wipeout.
Yeah.
Which is, my culture.
A very British game.
The deeply British video game.
Wipeout fucking rules.
Wipeout's so cool.
One of the on the RPG podcast I like, Retro Amnesia. One of the hosts sometimes has like a solo pod where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do just solo pods where I do like a audio essay on games of my youth." And the one for Wipeout, he just titled British people.
Yes. I mean, I remember I was a small child playing Wipeout 2097. I was in our Discord chat talking about how for the first time ever I was now seeing what the North American covers for Wipeout look like, and I was like, oh no. The aesthetic just not there. But yeah,
No.
it's Wipeout. It's sick. I've been practicing those. I haven't done a championship yet because I'm getting to grips with it again, and I'm doing time trials to learn some courses, and then I'm going to race a championship. I had forgotten that in Wipeout, everyone on the track has a name.
Yeah.
They're all pilots that their information is in the manual, and they've all got rivalries and backstories, except the British guy who is backstory unknown, which is Jack Thompson or something.
Oh, okay.
And all the racing teams are all like are based in like different countries. So like Physar is the European team, Oricom is the American team, AG Systems is the Japanese team, and then the Russian team is Zirek something. And there's one of the Japanese team has a communist defector in it. There's like siblings who have like this rivalry. They're on two different teams. It's cool. I like, also the music is the music. It bangs. In so doing, I remembered that I own Wipeout Omega Collection, and I was like, I wonder how this compares. And so I booted up Omega Collection. I've been playing some of that. It's interesting what remains the same and what has changed.
Yeah.
I think I own that because I don't have any baseline for like normal Wipeout. I also I didn't really quite get it.
So far it's all right.
It's good.
It's good. Like I heard, like I was playing this morning, and Invaders Must Die by the Prodigy play. Now that is a banger.
Yeah, they made it for Scott Pilgrim. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's
true.
But I do associate that song with the first Scott Pilgrim movie trailer.
Yeah. But yeah, Wipeout has just got like a bunch of like British dance and
now, as we all know, the Prodigy did make that one song for Crazy Taxi.
Did they?
I don't know if they actually made it for Crazy Taxi. I just know it's in Crazy Taxi. I was just being
I was like, wow, I didn't know that. Like an idiot.
Yeah, my uncle works at Sega, so.
Oh, I understand.
Dreamcast 2 any day now.
Yeah. Wow. There's been a long wait on that.
Well, listen. With the Xbox the way it is, now is the best time.
That's true. Time for a comeback. I also watched the first season of Uma Musume.
Okay.
You go. What were you gonna say?
I know I talked a little bit about it in our group chat, but Wipeout is like, the reason Wipeout looks the way it does is because they worked with the art design firm, the Designers Republic.
Yes.
Super influential in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, if you become familiar with their design aesthetic and work, I own a big coffee table like art book of their like heyday. very, very influential on just the look of video games from like 95 to like 2002, 2003. And they have a lot of, in that book, A to Z of the Designers Republic, I found it online here, they have a lot of interesting commentary about Wipeout. And one thing that I found really interesting is I think for the first game, they mention how they wanted to almost make it feel as though when you're on the racetrack and seeing all of the logos and all like the different advertisements they have on the tracks, like the world was fake and didn't exist beyond what you saw on the racetrack. And then for the sequel, they took the opposite approach where they wanted everything to feel like the world was super vast and like...
Mm-hmm.
There was so many layers to what was going on, and I feel like that approach is really interesting. I'm curious if I revisited those games, like how much you could like feel those different approaches.
Yeah.
But it's I love the Designers Republic so much. They are probably the only graphic design like group I could name, to be honest with you. It's because I love their stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm Wipeout is like just a very it's such an interesting game to play because of, you know, obviously they've taken very seriously the idea of it being like an anti-gravity racer, and so they haven't just gone, oh, it's a racing game but you hover. It's like you can corner in ways you can't in a real car. You can really like bounce around stuff. It's weird. But it's really fun.
I want to play like F-Zero at one point.
Oh yeah,
which is like
I've never
similar
played
but also
never
different.
played an F-Zero. Yeah,
I like F-Zero GX a lot. Rest of them I can kind of take or leave.
Oh well, that's the Sega Magic GX.
Yeah. That game's hard as shit, but it's cool.
Yeah.
One of the things about the Omega Collection Wipeout that I was playing that I noticed were a couple of things. First of all, a couple of times it was unclear where the edge of the track was, and I would like bump into the edge of the track and I'd be like, but there's nothing to bump into there. What are you talking about? And then I also think that the enemies, the other racers are like weirdly aggressive, like in like they would like consistently they would rather ram me off the road than take the lead, in a way that was just a little strange to me.
We're not here to win, we're here to spite.
Yeah, it's just a little strange to race against. It felt like I'm not really, I can't really race against any of these guys. I'm just having to stay as clear away from them and like push or maybe push past them.
You want to play an honest game, but all your enemies are thinking they're Max Verstappen in the Boonta Eve Classic.
That's so... Max Verstappen would thrive in the Boonta Eve Classic.
Oh, so it's like that, huh?
Yes, Max Verstappen is just literally Sebulba.
He's not that cool.
No, let's be clear. He's not that cool. It was so funny how when I was like talking shit about Max Verstappen and you were like, I think he's cooled off, and then the next time we checked in you were talking shit about him.
My boy kind of lost the sauce as we come to a close this F1 season.
Oh no, Piastri?
Yeah.
Oh.
He I don't know where he landed in the standings. Third.
Damn.
Which is I kind of was expecting him to take it.
Wow. Still a good year for him though.
Yeah, he did pretty good. Hopefully next year.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of racing.
Yeah.
Uma Musume.
Hello.
I watched the first season.
Yeah, nice.
The PA Works one. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was only
Oh,
recently started season 2, so I can't comment too much on what's ahead, but
yeah.
I'll just say that season
like...
2 kind of starts with like one, it does start with the most time is fake opening scene in the world. And two, it kind of, like in the first 2 episodes already, it's like, oh damn, it's hidden a bit more than the first season even. So
yeah, so like the first season is like it's pretty good. There's a whole like, it's kind of introducing you to Musume because this anime came out before the game did.
Yes.
And there's a couple of weird things about it. One, team speaker. They're on the main girls are on a team.
Yeah.
The team members are doing races. This is only a 13 episode anime. We will not be covering any of those races.
No, because there's only one person. There's a protagonist, and the other girls are also there.
Yes, it's just Special Week and Silent Suzuka, and the other girls are just kind of, which is weird, because like, there's like a couple of things depicted in the OP where I'm like, are these references to things that are going to happen in the anime, or are these references to things about these characters that I don't know about? There's like I think
the answer is yes.
Yeah, the thing with in the opening with Tokai Teo and Majoro McQueen, and I'm like, I didn't get to see that.
Let me tell you what season 2's about.
Is it about Tokai Teo and Majoro McQueen?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. And I don't know, it was just weird, and but I did like it. I thought it was a good anime. Something very funny happened was I can't remember exactly what prompted me to do it. Let me just quickly check. Oh yeah, at some point in the anime, special like Silent Suzuka tells everyone, I'm planning on going to America, and Special Week is like, oh, you're leaving, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is like a real thing that happened to Silent Suzuka, and she went on to become a big deal internationally, and so I googled Silent Suzuka and checked her information on Wikipedia and went,
yeah,
I see where this anime is going. Oops. But yeah, I see.
She went to Paris, actually.
She went to Paris, yeah. Well, El Condor did. She returned. They made up a fake horse.
Well, yeah.
I can't believe they made up a fake horse to be a bad guy.
Because they couldn't get the rights to the original horse yet. And then they later did.
Wait, they got the rights to the real... Wait, wait, there's a real horse that they tried to get the rights for and couldn't?
Yeah, like, I think... I don't know what happens, but I know there's a fake horse, which is because it's like... This is, like, loosely based off of Special Week's actual career.
Okay.
And there was the real horse that Special Week raced against they couldn't get the rights to it at that time because the franchise was new, and so they had to make up a new horse to stand in.
I see.
But also, like, in the game, they, like, for the careers, they have, like, OC horses for, like, as your rival, just because, like, presumably the horses that are real horses are ones you're gonna want to roll. So.
Mm-hmm. Hang on. I'm just looking this. Okay, I think this is Montjeu, I think is the horse. Anyway,
is a real horse.
There we go. But yeah, they made up a fake horse, and Special Week beats her, and there we go. That's the anime. And then there's like a bunch of bonus episodes, but also I'm like, this is the PA Works one. I think I'm just going to move on to the second season at some point.
Yeah.
Racing.
Everybody's supersonic racing.
Time is so fake in Uma Musume.
Yeah. Do you want me to just tell you what happens in the opening scene?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Yeah, so you have, like, I guess, like, Symboli Rudolph, like, winning her career, like, becoming, like, the champion. and you see tiny child Tokai Teo being like, wow, I want to be like you one day. And then like cut to later where they're both attending Trace Academy.
That's really good. That's really good. Here's the thing. It could all be a funny bit about how when horses are racing, they're all like 3 years old.
Yeah.
But really it's just time is fake. Don't worry about it.
It is also funny that like they commit to the bit of like a gacha anime where it's like every character who shows up has to have like their name show up as like a card.
Yes.
And then in the first episode of this hold on, let me get it. Oh wait, it's not here. We got time. Andro Melos was short this week.
Yes.
We're still under an hour. You just have these characters working in the background.
Wait, what is this? What is...
These have the names of the characters in the background still have the title cards even though they're out of focus.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, of Musume. Horse daughters.
Oost of Musume.
Yeah. That's me. I ain't doing nothing else.
I have a few random things.
Go for it.
So, our podcast last week put me in a mood.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I kind of want to watch Batman, but like not the one that we were joking about, like the recent one. So I rewatched is it 2022? I think already.
Something.
Batman, the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah, I like that movie quite a bit. Still,
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a little too long, and it does the movie classic. Yeah, it also does the superhero movie classic of central antagonist is killing people off for deeply personal and also highly political reasons, and then takes a turn towards, but what if we killed a lot of people for dubious reasons? And it's like, okay, this kind of falls apart. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's that exact same like vibe. Where it's like, I kind of feel like suddenly you decided that you needed to make this guy wacky and nuts.
Well, it's because, he's right, but too much, and he's too extreme, and we need to just take the peaceful route out and talk it over.
Yeah. They also remove the scene where Batman confronts the Joker, like, hey, can you help me, like, figure out what this guy's doing? And the Joker goes, I think deep down you think all these people deserved it, actually. And Batman's like, shut up. And he's like, I got you. Good scene. Wish they kept it in the movie, even though it's already too long. I also can't help but feel they cut it out of the movie so that the only scene with the Joker is right at the end, like an MCU-ass stinger.
Lol.
But, that's modern movies. But yeah, otherwise, this fucking movie feels like it was, like, tailor-made to be catnip for me. Like, when you have really, like, moody, depressed, fucking Robert Pattinson Batman who barely fucking goes outside, and every time he makes a public appearance, it's like, your family friends being like, oh, look who decided to show up at the holidays.
Wow.
And when he starts to talk about how he needs to become a tool of fear and Nirvana starts to play, it's just, the aesthetics are so good. Everything is there. This movie is also shamelessly borrowing a lot from Zodiac, the Fincher film, with what they do with the Riddler. Then you got the mob low-level crime stuff there, with the Penguin and all that. So part of the reason I wanted to rewatch this actually is because I really want to watch that Penguin show. and I just never got around to it. I've heard pretty good things. But yeah, I like this take on the Batman. I think this is probably my favorite film version of Batman. Just like strictly based on like the sensibilities of it all, and like where it's going for, like what it's going for in terms of like mood and atmosphere. Like visually, I adore this movie. That being said, like I do genuinely just like the last 20 minutes to half an hour like final act part of this movie just completely falls apart and is really sloppy, and feels like it got touched by a lot of people in post to be like, oh, we gotta have the big superhero movie like action sequence where the hero saves the day. And
I love when the
I
hero
wouldn't
saves
be
the day.
Yeah. But I think they were so close to actually getting something that was a little bit more complicated, but you're not going to get that from a Batman movie. There's too many cooks in the kitchen trying to formulate it for ticket sales, so like, you know, what can you expect? But good movie. Pretty fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I do? Oh, you know what? Actually, I have been gaming more than I thought. I checked back in on Nightreign because my friends have been wanting to play it. But honestly, I kind of fell off of Nightreign playing. I have a few. I'm actually juggling between a few different friend groups with people playing it, who have all kept up more than I have. Because there is like an element of like you get these little like jewel like gem accessory things that have like randomized buffs and bonuses and stuff like that like, you know, you can keep playing and try to get better ones. And like that sort of stuff, like I don't really have like a build or anything for my different classes that I play as. But you know, if you're good enough at Souls, like you can just keep up with people, right? But I've been playing because the new DLC came out. The way this game has evolved is they've added harder difficulty versions of, I think, all of the main base game bosses at this point, and they're on a rotation, so that for I think like a couple weeks, they randomly select 2 bosses to be like, oh, these are like the hard versions of the bosses that you can fight, and then like that'll cycle out to like 2 different ones. Yeah, I've beaten all of the base game bosses except for the final one, the Night Lord. Which, like, at this point, I still have never beaten one of these bosses. Like, I've never played this game solo. And, like, maybe that'll be the one I just am like, let's try this one solo, see how it goes. They added 2 new bosses, I think, with the DLC. Maybe there might be a third after you beat the 2. I genuinely barely know what this DLC added beyond, like, there's at least 2 more bosses that you can play, 2 more bosses you can attempt, 2 classes to play as, and there's also like a new map. And that includes like a bunch of like, you know, all of the different like night bosses are different. So we did one run. They added a boss that's like kind of like a mob boss in the style of like the Deacons of the Deep, or like, you know, that sort of thing, where it's like a choir of like angel looking motherfuckers. And they're really cool. Also learned with my friends recently that they're immune to slash, or not immune, but they heavily resist slash weapons, which is a lot of weapons in that game. Which I think is maybe a cool way of being like, hey, play around with the other stuff. Yeah. So that's kind of neat. Did a pretty solid job on phase 1. As soon as it got to phase 2 and it started doing all of the wild shit, we just like ate shit immediately. Well, it was really fun and cool. There's a few different things with the new map that are kind of neat and feels like they got a little bolder with like, yeah, we can play around with things a little bit more. The first night boss that we got were the I can't remember because I've never actually played this DLC myself. I keep meaning to get around to it, but I just have never played it. I think in the Ringed City there's like Demon Above and Demon Below or something like that, like a dual boss fight. But it's basically like these 2 demonic like creatures that you have to fight at the same time. And apparently is a pretty well liked fight amongst like Dark Souls 3 players, or like just Souls players in general. They do a really cool thing with this boss where when you beat, you know, again, it's a dual boss fight for the first night as well.
Hmm.
When you beat it in night 1, the one that you kill second, instead of dying, gets back up and then flies off into the night. And then when night 2 shows around, he lands and becomes like a beefed up, more powerful version of itself as the second boss you have to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But like stuff like that's really cool. Because otherwise, like, it's just like, oh, the bosses are not connected.
Yeah.
So I like stuff like that. I think it's neat. Overall, like, still enjoying Nightreign for what it is. It's just one of those things where, like, deep down, I'm always gonna kind of like FromSoft games more for like the moody, atmospheric, like, take it at your own pace, like, solo element of it. Like, I'm not. I got a little bit into Dark Souls 3 PvP, but like, I'm not. That stuff isn't really my jam.
Yeah, I can understand why people are crazy about it, but I would not be.
No, it's fun enough, but I'm not super invested. I do still need to do, because each of the characters does have like a little side quest thing they can do that has more story about them, and I have actually been told by people those get pretty good. And you know, like, I would say Elden Ring is probably my favorite FromSoft game, and a lot of that does have to do with, like, there's a lot of story stuff in that game I like to noodle a lot, especially with the Frenzied Flame stuff. So I'm curious if, like, how much of that sauce is in this. So I might carve out time to do that at some point, but for now I'm good. But yeah, might play more with friends. We'll see. The other thing I've been doing is I was going to talk about it last time, but then for time I was like, yeah, I can hold off on this. Is I started replaying Final Fantasy XII.
Yeah.
I've been in kind of an Evilise mood. I've been slowly picking away at the PSP version of Final Fantasy Tactics, because I was like, I do want to just play that version one last time before, like, playing the new version, because I don't know, at least for me, I still haven't beaten Tactics Ogre Reborn, but I got deep enough into Tactics Ogre Reborn that I was like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm ever touching that PSP version ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how I feel about the FF Tactics version. It seems like they changed less dramatically than Tactics Ogre was. So I could see myself maybe playing it and be like, I still like, you know, the PSP version more or something. But I've just been kind of in a mood to, like, revisit that setting or different takes on the setting. And I was like, you know, it's been a minute.
Have you done Vagrant Story yet?
Oh yeah, I played Vagrant Story a long time ago. I like that game a lot. But I was like, I could do FF12 again. Like, I'm kind of in the mood. So started that back up. I'm about like 8 hours in, I'd say, which is like a pretty good chunk. I haven't unlocked like the second class for anyone yet. I am playing the HD Zodiac Age version. And yeah, that's a cool, nifty game. It is funny to me revisiting it, as, like, you can definitely tell, like, the Xenoblade games are taking a lot of notes for maybe not how the game plays necessarily, but, like, the world design and, like, what do you do for making, like, a fleshed out feeling world, but also kind of, like, a little more zone based or, like, area based with, like, we don't, like, what does the world look like when we don't have random encounters, but we instead have a bunch of like monsters dotted around the map, and sometimes they're like a more powerful one that, you know, you don't want to mess with, and you maybe want to walk around and stuff like that. And also, like, kind of like the MMO style, like, there's a lot of aspects of 12 that, well, first of all, it should be stated, part of the reason 12 is the way it is because they also had a fuck ton of stuff they made for FF11, a very expensive game, and are like, well, we gotta use this for something else too, so let's put it into FF12. And that's also probably why there's stuff like, there's a big, like, bounty, like, monster job board thing, which kind of feels like an MMO, like, Monster Hunter-y style, like, oh, like, go out here and kill this thing and come back, and, you know, you get rewards and that sort of stuff.
I'd love to be rewarded.
Yeah, and just, like, the combat is definitely taking cues from, like, oh, MMOs are kind of big. I also do, like, I don't know, I do think FF12 is a weird spot where, and this is definitely, like, not true, but it feels true in my heart. FF12 is where I start to look at mainline Final Fantasy and go, oh, you're really concerned with what the Americans think.
Okay.
Because I start to feel like there's more acknowledgement at that point, like, oh, hey, we maybe want to start pulling in the people that wouldn't first go to an RPG. And that includes things like maybe instead of having all your guys in a line taking turns while waiting for that bar to fill up, now you get to move around, and like there's an element of like positioning and like free movement, and like I'll get get those random encounters out of there. Like all of that stuff definitely feels like, oh, we want to quote unquote modernize this a little bit. Really lean into the spectacle. Like this also too, like lovingly crafted game in terms of like all these environments are so richly detailed. The FMV budget, it's a Square Enix FMV, all the time, all over the place. Really, really.
The cons. I was just thinking about how the console CRPG had just kind of kicked off a couple of years earlier.
Yeah.
And that's all like real-time battle systems.
Yeah. And it's funny because when FF12 was new, I remember not really liking it, and a large part of that had to do with I just did not like how it played. Now, that being said, I was also young and maybe didn't want to fiddle around with the Gambit system as much. And, years later, when I was more of an RPG... Well, I mean, I've always been an RPG head for as long as I can remember, but years later, I revisited it, and I went, oh, fuck. No, actually, this game rules. It's probably the Final Fantasy I had the biggest 180 on in terms of my first exposure to it, playing it, versus how I would later feel about it. Because I really do like that game a lot now. And even now, I can feel this maybe, like, I gotta wait and see how I feel about the rest of the game. Like, this is my third time playing through that game, to be honest with you. But I could see this being pretty high up on my personal rankings. I like this cast a lot. They maybe aren't as rich of characters as you're getting in that PS1 era or even Final Fantasy X and X-2. But like I just like that party a lot. I like how they interact with one another. I know like the famous thing with this game is Vaughn and Pinello are there as like kind of like your optimistic, like wide-eyed, idealistic like youth that are thrown in the middle of like this, political turmoil and the story of like a revolution and all that stuff. And people are like, oh, I wish they weren't here. But I do actually really like them as like a sort of Frodo almost, of like they are our eyes in, and also I don't know. I like them a lot. I'm always going to be a Vaughn and Pinello defender, I think, a little bit. I think that their existence is a good grounding element that I like how them being there makes the rest of the party kind of bounce back and forth between them versus just each other. I think that adds a lot to the story. And sometimes I think people maybe read on like a wiki or like an interview is like, oh, they added them because like, I don't know. I think people are easy to dismiss a creative decision that was made kind of like, oh, well, we felt like we needed to have a character that was like a player analog or like a very approachable for like your average audience.
People
like,
are quick to use things that affirm the thing they already believe.
Yeah. And I think they're easy, like, they read that Vaughn was not originally meant to be the protagonist, and they go, oh, well, it would have been better if he wasn't, but then they don't actually listen to the reasoning for maybe why he was added as the protagonist. And, maybe that was done for a reason that is actually done by talented and skilled creators who go, oh, hey.
Maybe development is a process.
This will change. Yeah, and also maybe this will actually help shape the type of story we actually want to tell. In a way that will be like a better fit for what.
But also, if what the developer says affirms my belief, then that means we have to believe what they say because it is creator intent.
Yeah. Yeah. That game is such a fascinating like mess from a developmental like level too, because like famously Matsuda was on it, then he wasn't, so like it's kind of his game, it's kind of not, and you can definitely feel it because it's got his stuff, like broad strokes. It's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of elements here. I can feel the Matsuno influence, but then like in terms of like when you start to drill down, and also like even how the characters are written and like how everything is kind of handled, it's definitely not his baby, like wholly. But I do think it makes for an interesting mix, and I do think it's, you know, I, as someone who has always liked Final Fantasy Tactics, like I also like FF12's iteration of the Evilly stuff as well. Cool game.
Nice.
Gambits are sick. I think more RPGs should let you automate and program your party members.
They put Gambit in Marvel Rivals.
True. Hey, you know what? You know what?
I should play Unicorn Overlord at some point because that has a Gambits.
That is also a ogre battle game.
Yeah, shamelessly.
Yeah. Phantasy Star 4 has macros you can program for like automated turn order stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Auto battle system's good. Yeah, that's really all I had.
Nice.
That's right. We hate engaging with gameplay here.
True.
Which is why we haven't played Tales of the Abyss in a while.
I'm always down.
It's been crazy for me, but maybe this week will be okay. I don't know. It's been stuff happened in the life zone. So, but
what else have you been up to other than stuff happening?
Oh yeah, it's my turn. So I got a couple things. First of all, is been a bit of gaming. I think I've slipped a bit on the visual novels front for more traditional button gaming. Been trying to tackle the last few things on my backlog bingo. Not last few things, but like the things that are short enough I can do them. So I've played an indie Metroidvania called Momodora Moonlit Farewell. Which is the fifth in a series of indie games, of which the fourth is the one that blew up the most and is probably the one most people have played. That one being Reverie Under the Moonlight.
I see.
And it's about like priestess with a big leaf weapon fighting the demons in a really short.
Oh, I've seen this on Steam.
It's nifty.
Or other place somewhere else.
I realized I had played the previous game back in 2017, which is why, well, no wonder I don't remember a lot. But, you know, it's fun. It's, like, neat. It's definitely less crushing than Silksong, which was nice. I have not made a lot of progress in Silksong.
Same.
You know. And, yeah, it's got, like, some neat mechanics. There's, like, a sigil system for, like, you know, not dissimilar from, like, Hollow Knights, I guess, like, badges. They're, like, you know, you have slots for passives you can equip. The aesthetics are nice. I think the aesthetics of the series is always nice. First two games are freeware, but also they're not as, polished, I guess you could say, but you know, fourth and fifth are definitely worth checking out. I'd say. I guess there isn't like too much to say about this one, but it's like, you know, fun boss fights, and yeah, it's a nifty game. Curious what the dev will do next. There was also like a spiritual successor that he made in between the fourth and fifth game that I haven't got around to, called Miniora, which I might get around to at some point. But I feel like closing off the series first would be nice. But yeah. Other things I'm just gaming in the background, so one should be... One's coming on. One will probably come a lot sooner than the other. But look forward to that later.
Okay.
The other thing I did is a bit more literary. I did some reading, by which I mean some audiobooking, some listening to it's been a while, but I've done a certified sci-fi classic. Really influential.
We're back.
Had a sizable impact. I am, of course, talking about
Okay.
Star Wars: Heir to the Empire trilogy by Timothy Zahn.
Oh my god!
For fuck's sake. How do you feel about Mara Jade, the woman who can't do anything?
She's really funny.
It's so good. It's like, I'm not sure I don't really like those books. I love Mara Jade.
Yeah,
She's so useless.
She's really annoying in the first book, and then she kind of gets better when it's sort of like, well, no, you're not actually that special.
Her completely deranged argument with Princess Leia, where she's like, my trauma's way bigger than when your planet was blown up.
I started laughing real hard when the audiobook narrator said the word Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
See, I always forget how much of this horseshit does actually just come back to Heir to the... Because this is the Thrawn one, right? Yes,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
Thrawn is really
main
cool
bad
because he
guy.
knows tactics. And how does he know tactics? It's because he does like erase phrenology by looking at species art.
It's crazy. And he's kind of never wrong
Until the end, where he dies.
until the very end.
Yeah, I think there's like, this might just be my relationship with everything Star Wars, but it's like I feel like there's like things where like, oh, there's neat things here, but the execution is still mad stupid, so I can't invest in it. Like, you know, some of the stuff like I feel like Thrawn's Empire, like Remnant Army, is more believable to me than like the First Order and a bunch of other stuff in the sequels with like the New Republic is still a rather ragtag, and like it's a bunch of rebels trying to be like, well, how do we do government, and being really bad at it. Luke's here is I like Luke in this book. He's like, he feels like he should be. The audiobook guy does a good Han impression.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's goofy.
Yeah. At some point I felt like Timothy Zahn, he has such distinctive writing quirks that at this point I feel like I can detect him from a range of 300 meters.
It's really funny
like,
that when they made Thrawn canon again, they got him to do more books, except these ones are the canon ones now.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He wrote a Thrawn prequel Obi-Wan Anakin book. Obi-Wan and Anakin tangle
Shut
with
up.
Thrawn, I think.
Oh my god.
I think if ever I read another Timothy Zahn book, that'll be the one. But otherwise, I think I'm Gucci.
Oh, yeah.
Why does he hate Bothans? What did a Bothan kill his mother? What's going on?
The many Bothans that died.
It is funny you both have Thrawn doing like a race phrenology with art, and then also you have like the one senator who's like, yeah, my race is ontologically by genetics predisposed to palace intrigue.
Yes. It's yeah.
Talon Card is fun.
Odd choice.
I like it.
Talon Card is fun. I'm just thinking of all the great Mara Jade scenes, like when she points a gun at one of the little assassin guys, and No, when one of the little assassin guys tells them, yeah, we're here to work with the son of...
Oh yeah, the thing that she doesn't find out until like the last third of the last book, and no one tells her, not even Luke, that, oh yeah, Vader was my dad.
Mara Jade is sat there like, wow, so who's this spawn of Vader then? And this guy kind of stands there and just awkwardly is just like, what? You know him though? We're all here with him. The spawn of Vader is in the room with us as we speak.
Like the idea that like, oh, why did you kill the Emperor? Or like, why is the Emperor dead? Like, the Vader being his dad didn't factor into.
Let me find this passage. Oh, this incredible... Yes, incredible. So Princess Leia at one point knocks on Mara Jade's door. And Mara Jade's response goes like this. And then, over the raised lightsabers came a roll of distant thunder, and with a jerk that nearly threw her out of her chair, Mara snapped out of the dream. She took a deep, shuddering breath against the flood of post-dream emotion, against the turmoil of pain, anger, and loneliness. But this time she wasn't going to have the luxury of working her way through the tangle in solitude. From outside her room she could vaguely sense another presence, and even as she rolled out of the desk chair into a reflexive combat crouch, the roll of thunder from her dream, a quiet knock, was repeated. For a long moment she considered keeping quiet and seeing if whoever it was would decide the room was empty and go away, but the light from her room, she knew, would be visible beneath the old-styled hinged door, and if the person out there was who she suspected, he wouldn't be fooled by silence anyway. "Come in," she called. The door unlocked and swung open, but it wasn't Luke Skywalker who stood there. "Hello, Mara," Leia Organa Solo nodded to her. "Am I interrupting anything?" She's such a loser, bro.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm always getting out of my desk chair into a reflexive combat crouch.
It's so good. She takes so many L's.
It's so funny, like the way she's like introduced, like, oh, actually, I was the secret Emperor assassin that was there off screen the whole time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like I haven't read this, but I do know Mara Jade from like, because she's immediately in all of the other shit that comes out after, right? So like, yeah, she, you know, that whole time just off screen in Return of the Jedi, she's also there. She was looking through the vents as Luke killed the Rancor. And was totally gonna kill him that time, but it didn't work out.
Oh, Luke, you dastardly! I'm gonna slip through my fingers.
God, he's such a genius. He keeps escaping all of her plans, and he's like, "Your plans?"
I have a real fondness for spin-off character that is just slightly off screen in all of the important shit the whole time.
The Golden Kamuy keeps doing this.
Persona 3 and 4 has the best one of these ever. Shoutouts to Sho. What an idiot.
Okay.
He's just off screen for all of Persona 3 and 4. Just off screen.
Yeah.
This is every one of your War side story.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Andro Melos could have been this, actually.
You know what? He might be.
No, he doesn't know what Earth is.
Yeah, but he knows like the galactic. You know, he might know the Ultraman.
True, that's true.
You know what? He's just he can interact with all the Ultraman. It's just he can never go to Earth. Much like how Anakin can do a lot of stuff in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, but he can never meet General Grievous.
No, never ever.
I feel like it's hard for me to like invest. I don't know if you know my history with Star Wars, but like
no, I don't think you've ever elaborated.
Yeah,
on this.
So like I was not a Star Wars kid growing up. I maybe saw at my youngest may have saw like Clone Wars shorts on TV as a thing. I was like, I don't care about this, but it's on TV and I have nothing better to do.
Like the 2D.
The 2D
like the 2D. Okay.
And like, I think the first movie I saw was Revenge of the Sith because it was one of those things where I'm going out with my uncle and I'm 8 which means I'm not exactly picking the movie we're seeing. He's just going to pick a movie that's we're going to the theater to see something that's appropriate for kids. And then like the first time I saw A New Hope was in middle school when my teacher was like, "Hey, we're gonna watch Star Wars and do an assignment on it."
Oh,
okay. What?
So,
what was
assignment on
what was
Star
the assignment?
Wars?
Yeah.
I think it was just like a write up kind of thing. It was like grade 6, you know.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
like grade 6 English or something. And so, you know, I've basically just been like kind of like not. I've been like peripherally dipping into Star Wars, but never like invested or like engaging in most of the stuff. Like I never played Star Wars games, and I think like the most I like try to be current was like when the sequels started coming out. I was like, okay, I went to see Force Awakens with my dad. I think I saw Rogue One while at my uncle's place while I was studying for an exam, so I was only half paying attention. and then I saw The Last Jedi with my friend, and then everything with Rise of Skywalker happened, and I was like, well, I guess it's a good thing I never really cared about Star Wars, because I don't have to care about this again.
Yeah.
So,
Pre-checked out.
Yeah, so I'm just, you know, I've never been a fan. I've mostly just been like, oh yeah, casually dipping in when something seems fun. In this case, it was like, oh yeah, I got to the AMC episodes where they had to go through the books, and so I was like, you know.
Yeah.
It's a change of pace, may as well.
They're a fun kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I read a lot of Star Wars books as a kid because, like, when you're a very young child and you go to your school library and you want to look at science fiction and fantasy stuff, it's fucking shelves of Star Wars, and it's like, well, I watched that movie, so you start reading a bunch of Star Wars slop.
Yeah.
That's how you learn about Boba Fett's weird baby years.
His weird baby years?
I can already watch that one in Clone Wars.
There's a whole prequel novel series about Boba Fett when he was a little babby. How he got involved in the criminal underworld. It's stupid.
I can't believe every member of the clone army is called Jango Fett.
Yeah. It's just all their serial numbers are just how many O's you attach at the end of Django.
You ever think about how when Darth Vader is like, last time you met something, but now I am the master?
Yeah.
He's not actually talking about Revenge of the Sith. He's
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He's talking about some fucking stupid psychic battle on some rock somewhere. It doesn't fucking matter.
What is this?
This is
the Obi-Wan show.
The Obi-Wan. They fight. They actually
Goodbye,
fight.
Darth.
They fight in Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's fucking stupid.
It's not good. I didn't think that show was as terrible as a lot of people did, but it was not good. Let me tell you.
I did think it was as terrible as everyone. I was one of them. Awful.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing I don't have to care about Star Wars, and also the boycott. So.
Yeah. On not caring about Star Wars on principle.
Yes.
Did you mostly like the Timothy Zahn books?
It was like passive listening. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
Talon Card's ship name is called the Wild Card.
Yeah. I liked Paleon. I liked his Thrawn's goon, the guy who's always just kind of like. But Thrawn, what if you did
I will say that the part about Thrawn that is the most well realized as like Tactus guy is he falls into the exact same trap as Kong Ming by failing by trying to do everything instead of trusting and delegating people.
Exactly. God, you know what? The Kong Ming trap is just so good. You can just repeat it forever, and it'll always hit.
We need more Sima-Yi's in fiction.
Cool guys who are normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call Sima-Yi normal, because he's like scheming.
He's scheming, but he's scheming normal. He's scheming like if I applied myself from day one of my life to be like an ambitious member of like the Imperial Court, I could accomplish Sima-Yi stuff. It's mostly just kind of like he's in the right position and he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need to worry about this honor stuff to my detriment.
Yeah. There's like the thing where Kong Ming does the open gate strategy where he's like, he has no soldiers and he opens the gate and he plays a zither on top of the gate and to try to sort of to bluff to Sima-Yi to be like, this is clearly a trap. He's clearly got loads of troops that I don't know about. I don't have the information about. But the reason that the open gate strategy works is because the right choice is to for Sima-Yi is to turn around and go home, because he's already won, because Kong Ming has already been defeated and has to go home. He's the invader.
Also, Kong Ming can only do a trick like that because he's resting on his own reputation.
Yes.
Because if he was just like some bozo, then it wouldn't feel like a trap, because like, oh, if Kong Ming is sitting there peacefully, it must be a trap. If he knows that I know and I know, etc.
Yeah. Doing fucking the L theme plays. Man, Three Kingdoms is goated.
Yeah, I like the part in the first chapter of Tsubihibi where one of the twins starts shipping Zhou and Kong Ming, and I'm like, yes. So true.
So it's John Woo agrees. Did you have anything else?
No, that was me. Like I said, life stuff. All right,
sick. You don't have any timers or anything to do. Do we have any emails?
We had one from Cross Data that I did not know. I thought it was skipping the Q one, but there was an 80 component, so I'm gonna go read the 80 component.
Okay.
Turns out it's the first half. Hello, OSQ Pod, Cross Data here. Congrats on making it through all of 80. I thought it might have been dicey after the first switch the show goes through. I'm glad y'all were more positive on it by the end. 80 probably ranks among the middle portion for show Ultra for me, which I guess is about us. Mm-hmm. Granted, I feel like the actual quality is maybe a bit skewed. I don't know if that makes sense. We don't have a lot of truly abysmal stuff. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's like the gap between Ace and the next thing up is. Even if the next thing up is like Ultraman 66, I think the gap between Ace and that is like pretty significant.
I think
anyway.
Even like
those Jisoji episodes are genuinely really good.
Yeah, like I think even like the most mid stuff outside of Ace is like, well, this is watchable mid. It's not like the lower tiers of Gundam. Right?
We're not bored out of our fucking minds. We're not.
Well, we are some weeks, but you know.
Oh yes.
I don't think the highs for the first person truly meet what I want out of Ultraman, which is why it's firmly in the middle of my rankings. I think I like the show overall. There's an average quality that says post-change that I don't think recovers that well for me, but does get better near the end. Of the big things that I knew about the show coming in were the GB summoning Red King and the fake Ultra 7. Yulin is kind of a known thing about Ultra 80 due to legacy stuff. I'm excited for y'all to go through Ultraman Great, also known as Ultraman Towards the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Which is our next season after this one, I guess.
How long is that season?
13 episodes.
Okay.
I'll do housekeeping after this is done, because we kind of more firmly established the schedule, because like some of the subtitle plates spinning things didn't exactly pan out as planned, so in time. So now we basically have the schedule set for like the next 8 months or so.
Nice.
And yeah, that's the 80 portion of Cross Data's email, and I'll read the rest of it when we get to next Skipping the Queue, which we'll have to figure out when to do.
Fantastic.
This coming month. Or this month, I guess.
Well, that is going to be it for the podcast.
Yeah.
What a nice little bite-sized podcast.
Yeah.
I say bite-sized. It's like an hour and a half. That's a perfectly good
That's
length
a
for a
full
podcast.
feature-length movie.
It's a feature-length movie.
Not these days. That's like half a movie.
Not
True.
these. This is too short. If you want to follow us online, you can do so on Twitter at ultra_QUEUE, or we are on Blue Sky at ultraQUEUE, no underscores on Blue Sky. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. And that's my plugs. Mel.
You can send an
plugs.
email to ultraqpod@gmail.com. And we have a coffee, UltraQ Fund. I'll do the housekeeping after Brad.
Yeah, you can find me at Beinvoked. That's BEINVOKED.
Sick. So, housekeeping.
Yes.
What we got coming up?
Yeah, so
I'll have edited a lot of this conversation out.
okay. So
You should like make it more confusing by like adding more to it.
Yeah, you got it.
I should just
scratch
change
some
what
other
it is,
audio.
what we tell the people, and then don't tell you two.
Ooh, nefarious.
So yeah, next week, Andro Melos.
Dearest listener, I haven't done that. You can trust what you heard today.
Andro Melos ends next week. Ultraman story will be the week after, or / Omega will be the week after, in whatever order Red feels like.
So basically, we will be recording Ultraman story and Omega the same week after Andro Melos. Ultraman story will be coming out the December the 21st, and are these the days that the podcast?
Those are recording days. Those are Sundays.
Those are recording days. Okay, so on like Christmas.
Yeah,
on Christmas Day you'll be getting Ultraman story,
and then Skipping the Queue would be the week after, I guess.
and then Skipping the Queue will
Because
be the
we'll
week
be
after.
taking a week off December 28th. Then right into the new year, we got The Men Who Made Ultraman, Ultraman USA, then I guess...
Well, yeah, we'll figure that
we'll
out before. Yes. For now, we're covering the rest of the year.
Yeah, immediately after that is like the end of Omega, and also presumably where we fit in the final Kogel and Kamui bit, and that kind of like overlaps with Ultra Q movie. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah,
and then that takes us right to Ultraman Great, which will be Future Me's problem.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that yet. That's like February, so.
All right. Sick. I think that's a podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've already done the plugs.
You can find us at.
You can't find us.
QEUEU.
QEUEU. QEU.
Ultra
QEUEU.
Q, the clone of Ultra Q.
Ultra
They're watching
Q.
They're watching all of Ultraman from the latest and going back.
Thrawn figuring out how to beat Metron by watching that one Josoji episode.
God, yeah, he would.
And he even prepares like a table in advance for Metron to press him.
This is fucking cursed bit. We're out. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Later.